Blessings, brothers and sisters throughout the four corners of the earth. I'm Elder Rick Harshaw of the Gathering of Christ Church here with our weekly broadcast, podcast, whatever you would like to call it. Please hit the like button so that brothers and sisters throughout the earth will know we are live. And yes, we're going to dive right into this particular lesson coming off of last Sunday's Academy lesson. Yes. There's a few more things. We went for hours last Sunday, and there's a few more things I wanted to quantify. Even though the Academy, we broke down who's Edom and all of that, there was one piece I wanted to quantify that sums it up to actually what's going on prophetically today. Okay? And this is why I titled this particular lesson, Edomites in their final fight for survival. Let everyone know out there that if they want to understand what's going on in the earth real time, like, share, and tell them to come to this channel, okay? Come to this channel if they need to understand what's going on in the earth presently. Again, for those who don't know, I'm Elder Rick Harshaw of the Gathering of Christ Church. And yes, we're going in today. We are going in. There was never a time since Esau's existence. There was never a time of peace for Esau. Esau has been in war from the time he was in our mother's belly, right? All the way up into our present time. There was never a time of peace for Esau. He don't know peace. It's not in his existence. Okay? There was never a time of peace for him. So when you see Donald Trump say, well, hold up, we had some peace talks, there's a ceasefire. Guess what, folks? You know how many times they've said that? Esau prophetically have been in what? Perpetual wars after wars. So when you see Christ, or when you hear Christ in Matthew 24 states, and talk about wars and rumors of wars, understand what he's saying. He's pointing to our brother Esau. He's pointing to Esau. The closer we get to the end, the more Esau will need to wage war in the earth as a way of consolidating power and keeping the power that was given him temporarily. We're living in a time now where the Bible states, like I've mentioned last Sabbath, that man of sin is being revealed. But we don't understand how Esau operates, right? We don't really understand his tactics. And that's what makes it hard for us, because why? It makes it hard for us. Because why? We can't paint them all with a broad brush, right? We can't. All Edomites are not down with the program, but the majority of them are. Okay, that's first and foremost, right? So, but we can't paint them with a broad brush. We can't just look at all white people and say, okay, we understand that the bad ones are hiding amongst you, so all of you are wrong and are the devil. No, that's not a correct way to deal with it. We identify in all nations and measure them by the laws of God that was given to us. Right? And by doing so, we can separate those who, these atheists thinking, these Satanists and all these others, we can separate them from the Gentiles amongst them who seek to do right. And those are the ones that we teach, we baptize, so that they can now what? Fight on the right side of history. Okay? So by no means, when I go into this, am I painting all white people with a broad brush. Unfortunate for them, the evil ones hide behind those that have good intentions. That's the unfortunate part of it. So it's upon even those who are white or other races, right? When you know that you have people amongst you who have hatred and wickedness and negative views against God's people, it's upon you to check them and or separate yourself from them. Okay? It's upon you. Because they'll hide behind your good intentions. They'll have you doing good and use you as a Trojan horse. Okay? You're doing good now. Our people will begin to trust you. And then they'll come behind with the knife in the back. Okay? Hiding behind your good intentions. So it's upon you to start checking your own people. Right? Elder Lawyer, let's jump in. Elder Lawyer, let's go into it. Edomites in their final fight for survival. Let's go to the book of Genesis real quick. Genesis 25, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing, right? Because we covered it last Sunday, right? But let's go straight down, Genesis 25, and let's go to where Esau sells his birthright. 29.
Yes, sir. Genesis 25 and 29. And Jacob sowed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom.
Therefore was his name called Edom. Rare meat. Eating the blood in the food. When there's soul in the blood, you're supposed to cook it until there's a sweet savor. Okay? Your nose tell you when food is done. Okay? Your nose will tell you. Right? So usually when you see that brown gravy, that means the red is cooked out of it and it's good to eat. There's no more soul in the food. Right? Read.
31. And Jacob said, Sell me this day thy birthright.
Now, those who don't know the narrative behind this, in the book of Joshua tell you that Esau not too long ago came from a war. Here it is, Esau in war again, with Nimrod's men. He beheaded Nimrod to become the hunter over the earth. So when he destroyed Esau, he would be when Esau destroyed Nimrod and killed him and beheaded him, he hunted Nimrod. That's right, folks. Nimrod was hunting him. And Esau camouflaged himself and ended up turning around hunting Nimrod. So when he destroyed Nimrod, Esau would eventually become the new Babylonian king on the earth eventually. See? That's why your Roman Catholic Church, when you look at these practices and ceremonies, you don't see none of that stuff within the Bible. These are all Babylonian priesthoods in plain sight. So Esau took Nimrod's place. And I'm going to be going into that in the academy also, in the wars. So Esau is Nimrod. Okay, in a nutshell. And Jacob sowed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, what?
Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom.
Therefore was his name called Edom. Read.
And Jacob said, Sell me this day thy birthright.
Sell me your birthright. See? So Esau say, listen, I'm going to die anyway if these men catch up with me. So you can have it.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of Esau operating like his forefathers in the faith of his fathers to stand with his God, he threw away a treasure only to try to get it back once Isaac was on his deathbed with the blessing. See? And Jacob said, what?
Sell me this day thy birthright. 32. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do to me?
He says, if I get into this war, always in wars, and die, you have the birthright anyway. Take it. So Jacob said, go ahead and eat it then. Because he needed the food for nourishment, being weak after a war. Right? So at this point, Esau was going to lose the blessing anyway, having no faith. Right? So then Esau goes to his father at the end to receive the blessing, not realizing that Jacob, our father, went in and got the blessing while he was out hunting. Right? Now let's go into some of the attributes of Esau. Let's go to 27.
Yes, sir. Verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter,
This is what
a man of the...
This is what y'all must understand at all times about Esau. He's a cunning hunter. See? A cunning hunter. He'll use fear and have you go down and take something, and next thing you know, you're pushing up daisies. See? You was fine in your home, relaxing, until Esau came with a signal. And with this signal, he would now stir you up in believing that something was outside that was going to get you. See? Only for you to fall into a trap. It's like setting a bear trap. See? Same thing. And you think you're going to get something to help you, and now you're pushing up daisies or have all types of health problems listening to what they were saying. A cunning hunter. So a hunter, folks, can be on the offense or on the defense. See? When we think about a hunter, we think someone that's aggressive, that's always in front. Always, nah. The greatest hunters, folks, can be on the defense or not engage you at all. A cunning hunter can convince you to fall into the snare or the trap he sets for you. So you have to understand what you're up against, right? Are you following me here? Oh, we already got 23. We got 2,300 up in here already. Praise the Most High. Hit the like button. So first thing you have to know about Esau is that he's a cunning hunter, right? Second thing, why is Esau in perpetual wars? Why does he have this vitriol against us, the people of Jacob? We're God's people, and he knows it. He knows it. Why? Well, for those who don't know, Elder Lawyer, let's go straight to when our father Isaac blessed him in the 27th chapter.
Yes, sir.
So our father received the birthright and the blessings. And what is the blessings? That one day the elder child, Esau, and the nations will have to serve Jacob. Okay, that's the rulership or dominion Christ is returning with. This is why all of these religions are against Christ and against the Bible. Because they know prophetically Christ is coming back to establish a nation on this earth. And on top of that, with the dominion, take away all the rulership that was given them through Esau. See that? So you have to understand why Esau does what he do.